hero, but the other 4, it's all about pressure. I love it.
Well, let's have a look at what we have got coming out from the sides in terms of lanes over on Alliance. Hans Kent heading to the top with S4, them on the Shaker and the Venom. Gonna have FNG supporting, saving lives on his Oracle. Limp on one of his signatures, the classic Limp DK. Yep. Coming out at the end of that draft on the mid. Nico Baby on the safe lane Drow. Over on the side of Viking, GG Toby's there on the off lane, Bloodseeker. Aramis going to be making the moves with a boots first, Rubik support. And over towards the middle, Boom, mid laner. At top lane, Shad, the Void, supported by Celery IO. I mean, already sort of looking at some of these lanes. I mean, top, we've got that whole Veno against the Void. You know, it's one of those heroes that Void can struggle at farming into. Is that totally counteracted by the fact that he's going to have Celery backing him up in the IO, or is this still going to be a bit of an annoying lane for Shad?
It should still be a little bit annoying, but he can obviously alleviate a good amount of the pressure as Celery. He's gone for the Bracer build. We saw Puppy do the double Ring of Regen build. So a couple different builds we see coming out from these. And yeah, I think bottom will probably be the bigger one that we look at for just the punishing and just overall pressure. Because this Drow, we've seen this matchup so many times. Even the panel, you know, they're talking about it. Drow versus Bloodseeker. This Bloodseeker Rubik, they're going to play super aggressive. And we're going to have to see what Alliance does to kind of help out Nico Baby. I feel like he's going to suffer down here a lot.
Sure. Because, I mean, I guess they do have, obviously, FNG on the Oracle that can offer some heals, but is still very much a hero that's not going to be able to hold them back when they do start diving in, and also a hero that himself is also going to be vulnerable to Bloodseeker and Rubik getting on top of him. Yeah,
it's a really challenging lane. That's why we've been seeing it picked up so much, and Viking, they're very comfortable with this. Aramis, he's playing like one of his most signature heroes, his Rubik. He's been very dominant on it, and Toby's had a pretty good time on this Bloodseeker a couple times too. So we'll see how all these things do play out. Mid, a little bit of a boring matchup, but Limp should be able to do just fine. I want to see how Boom plays around this, though. I want to see if he's actually just full harassing or if he's just doing some stuns to mess with last hits, because there are different ways you can play this matchup. And already missed 2 last hits actually on the first wave, which is not the greatest sign.
No, and it's interesting because I do feel like we do see some mid laners like they will go for that level 1 light strike array when they are against a melee hero. I mean, do you think the reason why he doesn't do that is because this melee hero Limp, as the DK, has got the breathe fire in turn, so he knows that Limp's still going to be able to play around the CS, or would you like to sort of see the usage of the stun more aggressively when you are a laner against a melee hero?
I'll use, you know, Sumail's words, because this is like a mid laner kind of thing. He said, this was his quote from TI too. He was like, I think anyone who doesn't get stun is garbage. That was one of his things.
Damn, Sumail.
Yeah, but that was like a while back, of course.
Yeah.
Because you could play so well around it, and it's like you look at it and it's the same damage, but you get extra hits and lower cooldown. It's like pretty much exactly the same ability, so.
Yeah. No, interesting that the Boom doesn't, of course, want to go for it. And maxing out the Dragon Slave. Yeah. So second point into that. Not choosing to utilize the stun at all against Limp. And I think, honestly, that's to Limp's pleasure. Like, Limp is... He's doing better than I feel he possibly should do in this matchup right now.
Yeah, I mean, DK usually farms pretty well versus these. Lina sometimes is the one that, you know, you can get a little bit of an advantage because you're constantly forcing the wave in. But no, yeah, Limp's going to free farm here. And boom, it looks like he's going to miss a couple last hits, especially when this starts doubling up on his tower. Down bottom, Toby is a little low. Constant harassment from FNG is starting to add up a little bit. And Nico Baby's farm it's getting secured.
Yeah, up on the top lane, Shad. Not struggling too much against the pressure of S4 and Hansken. I mean, up on this top lane, I guess with Hansken around, you know, Celery's the one you're looking for, but still with some good tether plays, Celery can get away from a good Fisher. So saying that, though, they're both taking heavy bits of damage here, and Celery, he's going to tick pretty low. I mean, Shad, he was even thinking about taking his life there. And Celery says, no, please, I'm not going to die. Shad will let him be. He's not going to look to deny him as Celery gets the salve out, and will manage to keep them both in lane. No need to kill each other off for now.
Actually ends up being great because now they get the double efficiency from that salve, and this is a whole wave pushing into Shad's tower, and he's not missing any of these last hits here, it seems. So that pressure was there, but he's still getting all these last hits, so it's not hurting him too much. Oh, even Celery getting a nice last hit there too. Very nice teamwork. They got every single one there. I love it. Sharing the wealth. between the support and the core.
I mean, it's little things like that. You know, some of the reasons why we have seen Viking have the success that they have. They do seem very in tune with one another, this team.
Yeah. Lots of good synergy coming out from these boys.
Yeah. On mid.
So yeah, 4-minute mark coming out. So for bottle to fill up, we see Limp. He doesn't need a bottle. He just goes for the boots this game. And he's able to just go get an easy rune. Hanskin gets the one top.
See if he can do anything with the invis. Unlikely, though, was picked up underneath vision from Viking.
Yeah.
So they know it's coming. And even having these sentries around here as well. So Celery, yeah, he knows to play this cautious.
Oh, and he gets the farm a juicy Plague Ward. Nice, 15 gold.
Easy money for the IO. And this, yeah, both carries. Not really feeling any sort of heat early on. Mid lane just continues to be a straight trade. Very close here on the opening Limp. 26 for 2, 27 for 3 on Boom.
Yep. We see bottom. They're getting the pulls off, actually. FNG is getting a good doing a good job of getting the pulls, which makes Nico Baby actually able to farm under tower. Because I felt like what Viking needed to do in this game is keep the lane in positioning where Toby is right now. Lane keeps getting moved, so they can't actually pressure this Drow Ranger as we normally see this matchup go. So we normally see the Bloodseeker plus Rubik be able to do. They're doing a good job alliance in these lanes. Seeing FNG just burn some nice range drop charges there.
And does it sort of surprise you that Nico Baby's not getting more pressured by these two early on? Did you think he'd have a bit of a tougher time as the Drow?
Yeah, I did. They got really good pulls off. I'm just watching FNG. He just got another one off. He's just gotten like 3 or 4 pulls off. He has the side camp blocked the whole time too, so he's just resetting lane positioning. They can't get aggro. He's getting, look, Nico Baby's actually missing a couple under the tower here and there, but for the most part, it's free farm mid.
I do try the aggressive move in onto Boom. They're in with the Dragon Tail stun, but Aramis is TP'd over and Limp. He's already starting to just back off and get some hits in onto the tower. They turn towards Hanskin with the Laguna Blade up. Boom's able to pop it. Viking GG get the first blood. It's just a little too deep there with that hunt and not quite able to get Boom on the right side of the Fisher block.
Very, very quiet first 6 minutes. As soon as those catapults start kicking in, the double rotation comes. The Viking responds a little more accordingly. It's a nice kill for Boom. He's actually going to move away from the mid lane too. Aramis maybe get a little bit of free experience. And that's the first DK form used. Only about 600 damage on the tower, and Boom gets a kill out of it. So
he's got a little bit more time here.
Yeah.
A few more hits on it at least. On top, Hanskin is headed back over here. Let me see if we can do something with S4. Celery and Shad do step forward. They're actually able to take the courier out. S4 there with a bit of mismanagement of his courier micro.
It seems like he's not able to slow them down at all. I thought he'd be able to slow it, even though the IO is so good at keeping all this regen going. I thought he'd be able to actually slow down Shad a little, but he's not. Shad is absolute full free farm up here. Even the IO has some last hits, as we see for Celery up to 10. Getting an op sword there. Just going slightly better for Viking here at these first 7 minutes. And we look at this, another courier snipe. Aramis finds himself one as well. And immediately TP's top. Looking for a play.
All right.
Hanskin's deep.
Hanskin, he's gone right up to the wave. He gets a Fisher out, but not before he goes down. As, yeah, I mean, I just didn't expect Aramis to come in like that. Felt that against the Void and the IO, he'd always have a chance to stun and walk away, but Aramis coming in to the trees and at sort of a pace that was very unexpected, as it seemed there. As you said, as soon as he killed that courier, he was making a move, because that is a pretty, five-head thing to do, right? He knows that they're thinking, oh, he's down there, he's killing couriers, doing something in our jungle. No, he's top, and he's ganking your Shaker. Yeah, and now he's even using this time. He's utilizing his time as well. He's level 5. He's stacking. He immediately buys a smoke, too, and a clarity and a ward, so he looking to be active again. And look at this start here for the Rubik. Level 5, soon to be Arcane Boots. It's like the dream start, really, for your Rubiks. Yeah, very, very smooth opening here from Aramis this game. And it's actually already 2k lead at 8 minutes. They pushed look at top. Like, S4 is jungling now. So Void, the pressure is gone because he has Chrono available. He's queuing up a Midas. This is looking real good for Viking at the start here. And sort of overall, why is that? Is that just because you feel that Alliance's lineup is one that does sort of want to be taking the lead early on? Yeah, you're running a DK Drow into Void. Like, sure, there's a Lina on the other team, which can be a little volatile and can kind of just die, but
I think we've all started to see that Void is just the king. Even versus Spectre late game, like I'm just seeing these Voids just kill him by himself. And yeah, they're not slowing him down at all. And Drow is getting slowed down. Veno is getting slowed down. Alliance, they're about taking early towers, getting themselves a decent gold lead.
I'll see the status of the mid tower here is down to less than half HP. As Limp's coming in with the second usage of the DK form this game. Boom just trying to do his best to push back with the Dragon Slave spam. And top lane, Shad and Celery attempting to step in onto S4. He's able to slow them down enough, and a good job that he does. I mean, a few bashes and Shad would have dropped the Chrono to commit.
Hanskin was trying to get aggressive onto Toby there, but Aramis was rotating. There's a ward that was just missed by the D ward from Aramis, but he's looking to set up onto Limp mid. Limp is kind of low, but 21 and a cloak. Kind of a tough kill here still.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to burst in. So able to hold it safe by the tower, keep on farming. Bottom lane, Fisher set up onto Toby. A root coming in. So they should have the damage here with Nico Baby firing in from the side, or maybe not, because
Celery's here.
He's in with the save, and Toby, he's going to be fine. Turns around, Bloodbright down, forcing Hansken to step out to the side, and they keep the Bloodseeker alive there. Alliance not quite having the damage to take him down before Celery turns up. Now Limp's up on the high ground trying to contest it. There's a lot of heroes here. They do manage to get a lovely Fisher from the low ground. Hansken able to put a stop to that hold on to Limp, attempting to keep him in the Bloodbright. As Limp will be able to walk away from that.
That would have been scary for a second. And again, they're time to farm up here now. Nico Baby, level 7, very strong. He's actually setting up with Limp mid to pressure here. Tower's already taken, though.
Yeah, I guess maybe just feels that the bottom lane is no longer sort of a safe place to be now that Toby's hit level 7.
Yeah, I thought he'd go top. I guess he doesn't have a point in Gust, so he didn't want to go toward top. Wants to hit maybe level 8 before he looks to go to the Void lane. But they could definitely look to punish Shad right here. They have Limp up here with the long stun. Hanskin, only level 4, though.
Yeah, big moves. Is it done? It's done at the same time, though, whilst S4 vacates the top lane. He's TP'd down bottom at the same time that Alliance seemingly wanted to try and make a move top. So with it just being Limp and Hanskin, they actually have to back away and now head over towards mid because Nico Baby is going to be saved by FNG, but there's the Chrono from Shad.
Nice reload.
They're able to bring him in with a big relocate, lock down the two of them with the Chronosphere. Shad, he's been healed up. Limp will turn with the Dragon Tail onto the Void, but no damage. Means that there's no threat for Shad, and he's straight back to top, straight back to farming. I mean, we're already just seeing some really perfect moves from Viking GG.
Yeah, and Nico Baby maybe not, giving some respect to that IO, that he's playing in the lane as a Drow rather than jungling this early on. Very easy to die as a Drow. Is bottom, S4.
Let's see if they can find him, and Aramis with the Soul and Purifying Flames, he's got that extra bit of burst. They get the kill, Limp. Gets the stun onto Aramis.
There's heals,
trying to do the damage, but Celery, again, just saving anybody that gets looked upon by Alliance. He's always there, Celery, making the saves happen.
Oh, and the Purifying Flames with the IO. Oh, Aramis is just back up to full HP after that pressure play.
Oh, we see it there again on the replay. Fantastic chrono and relocate movement there from the two of them.
He still hasn't taken a point in Gust. I'm not a fan. I think he should have taken it at 8. I think that might hurt him a lot here. I think especially in that situation too. Like, he had a
especially
chance
if he's coming to lane right.
Yeah, if he's not going to be playing in any types of lane rather than just jungling, I feel like he should have at least 1 point. Because the reloads can come in, you can just Gust on the reload. So that did hurt him a bit there.
I'm trying to go in onto Toby, but the heals are there for Seller. There's just not enough damage to take him out. As we're really just, it seems at the moment that Alliance's real struggle is if they don't have Nico Baby around. And even when they do, the damage just isn't quite yet there at the moment to deal with the sustain of this IO. Celery, anybody that he tethers, is just not going to get killed off by Alliance's attempts right now in this early game.
Yeah, I mean, their damage, like you said, it's really going to come mostly from Nico Baby. The two supports on this side, they don't deal the most. Sure, FNG, he can burst one target with his Purifying Flames, but it can be a bit hard playing versus IO. He can counteract really quickly. DK's damage not the biggest right now either, so... Yeah, definitely some lack on Alliance here, and just needing to buy time to farm. But I don't know if time really helps them because you're playing into Vikings. You're playing into Vikings' hand.
Yeah, Shad, he's loving life. He's top net worth. He's in the top lane. He's getting all the space in the world. Midas running at a good time, and also by the looks of it, he's going to queue up the BKB next. I mean, he knows when he gets the BKB. I mean, we're seeing already the lack of damage that Alliance's heroes have right now. That BKB, it's going to make him invincible. Only really the Drow is going to be doing anything through that. Even the DK, you know, you're just not going to have those right-clicking items on them anytime soon if they do come out.
Gets the ward down. He sees Nico, baby. But Nico, boom, just
relocate coming in.
Oh, they're actually going to get him there anyway.
Yeah, they're just going to move in with the Chrono. There is going to be a false promise from FNG coming in. And here's the reaction from Alliance. Big gust onto the 5 of them. They're turning over towards Boom. Boom trying to step back. The Blood Bright's down. Fisher out onto Boom. But Boom's actually able to make it out of there. And Celery, the relocate, takes the Void back out to the bottom lane. Actually, no, Void, he sticks around. Sorry, it's taking Toby back to the bottom. Shad stays up top. They're still trying to chase down Aramis. Aramis, he's just going to go straight up for the TP out. Oh, he's going to make it away. He tries to stun him with the Echo Slam, but the range of the Aftershock, of course, much smaller than the Echo Slam itself. So the damage was done, but the stun wasn't there.
Nope, nobody died. That was the weirdest thing ever. Nobody died. Alliance reacts perfectly, but Viking, they disengage perfectly as well.
They just couldn't kill anyone.
They get everybody out, and then they go bottom and take a tower, too. That's some heads-up moves coming out from them. And now, I mean, Echo Slam is on cooldown. DK Dragon Form is on cooldown. Some big ultimates were used. Even though, you know, Viking, they did use their Chrono, definitely the bigger ones used on the side of Alliance.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And as you said, you know, it feels like for Vikings lineup, sure that the Chrono was used, but the downtime, it doesn't really hurt them, right?
No.
As long as, you know, Alliance don't come a-hunting, they're more than fine waiting out these 90 seconds, allowing Shad to just continue to hit creeps and work towards getting that BKB done.
Yeah, they're getting quite a bit more space on the map. They're even being able to pressure these lanes here. Look at the way the Alliance is well postured. Everyone's kind of just sitting in the triangle area protecting Nico, baby. Limp is farming a hard camp, but he's definitely struggling to find a little bit in comparison. Viking just playing the map a little bit better right now. First 15 minutes, only 5-0, but slightly better movements pulling them ahead. As bottom Alliance, they're trying to sweep through their jungle. No Echo Slam. Gonna be at the ready for another minute or so, but they do have Limp with his form.
Yeah, no, they have got the Poison Nova ready. I mean, S4, he's not skilled it, but he has a skill point ready to go for it if he needs it. He's gonna look towards Toby, but there's the save again. Celery.
Oh my god.
A quick relocate out to the side, gets Toby away from the attempt from Alliance. They'll turn over towards Shad. Have they got enough control for him, though? The Blood Right laid down to give him the space to run. There's the jump, though. With the Poison Nova, Shad's going to take huge amounts of damage. He's still trying to run, and with these Time Walks, he's getting away. Celery does go down, but his moves may have just saved his cause as Shad's able to break away, go for the TP out. Shad will live. It's S4 in onto Aramis. Aramis tries for the TP, but Limp, he's got the stun. So Alliance finally able to get some kills themselves as they find the two supports, but Viking are able to keep all their cores safe.
Limp's Blink Dagger's paying big right now. Being able to get all these catches and just dodge the Blood Rights and reinitiate. It's kind of the only thing that's going really well for Alliance, it does feel like still. Because they're really suffering to get Nico Baby involved. His farm isn't bad though at all. He's actually almost level 12 and he's kind of tying the Faceless Void with a Midas. So all things considered, it's not the worst situations here for Alliance.
Nico Baby.
Bottom, FNG, he's showing a bit far. He's going to TP. There's a Euls on Toby. Can't quite get him.
Yeah, I thought he'd be able to find him there.
Yeah.
He didn't. He did not.
Chrono at the ready. Let's see if Viking looks to make another move here. They keep doing these relocate plus Chrono plays if they do send like 1 or 2 heroes with the smoke. They do have Vision of Limp. That would be the big target. Even though Nico Baby's getting all this farm, I feel like Limp's being a bit more of a nuisance. They can slow him down once or twice. Could be pretty big for them. Swooping the jungle. They have Chronosphere ready. BKB's on the horizon. 500 more gold for Shad. That's going to be a huge timing. Alliance not going to be able to contest versus this Void at all. He's going to be able to go straight for these backlines once he does have that BKB.
And when you look at sort of the heroes that Shad's got around him, do you sort of consider that they will, in most situations, have the damage required to throw into that Chrono to get the kills?
Might be lacking a little bit. It's going to be a lot depending on the positioning of Boom and Aramis.
Here we go, Roshan. It's falling. There is a relocate and a Chrono ready to play with. If Viking do want to try and bring themselves over here, as it's already a half HP. Alliance continue to finish this. A Viking going to look to scout this out at all?
They're just hitting tier 2 for now with the Void. The BKB's all the way back at base. He's bringing it with the Courier. Alliance Might get away with this here.
Looks like they
Losing some
might.
towers, though, as mid tower dies and bottom might die also. So Viking maybe making a trade.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, it looks like Alliance, they're just going to be allowed to get this. No intention from Viking to put a stop to this. Alliance, they commit for the Roche and they'll get it. Aegis now for Nico, baby. Bottom lane, Tier 2 does
two
finish.
Towers out of it. I feel like that was pretty value for Viking if they can get away with Shad.
I mean, it definitely, like, because Viking were absolutely aware of that going on, and it was, yeah, very clear that they had no intention of actually going to the Roche pit. That was not the play they chose to make whatsoever, and they did opt for that trade instead.
They might just, I mean, with the way that they're playing, it looks like they just might be like, whatever, who cares if Drow has an Aegis? Like, I think that's, at least from the way that they've postured, the way that they set that up, they pushed the 2 lanes. The way it looks, and they did claim the bottom outpost, 30 seconds, Alliance.
Yeah.
They're going to have to reclaim it, or they're not going to get that XP bonus.
I don't think they're going to be able to do so. I mean, if
No,
they're coming
Vikings
down to
all
this
around
one, Chronosphere's up. Shab will happily drop that, keep that outpost protected.
Look at Boom's position. He's literally just standing at the outpost, waiting for someone to try to come up and get it. Alliance starting to set up some vision to try. Limp's going to be the one to poke it. Let's see.
And he's going to get it back under his control by this Let's Boom. Can he use in time? Oh, the stun's out.
It's
and
perfect.
that will put a stop to the channel. So keeps the outpost under the control of Viking. It's now the jump. They are getting onto Boom here. Instantly Boom. BKBing and using there. A bit of a panic play. He's able to turn, get the Light Strike Ray down onto Limp. Nico Baby trying to punch into Boom, but the heal's there from Celery. Boom's able to step out to the side. Gale out onto the Void, but no further chase it. As Alliance won't try and push on anymore. Maybe they could get Celery. He's down on low ground, but Tether's available. Back up he goes over towards Toby. Mech's popped. Celery's going to be fine as Viking. They hold that outpost control and they get out without losing anybody.
Pretty nice, yeah, definitely the right move coming up for them, and that's it. They chose to do that one instead of contesting that Roche. Now they're going to have to watch out a little bit. Huntskin, he does have the Blink Dagger finish, so big team fight coming into play for Alliance in comparison now, besides just really limping in the front line. Viking looking to dodge the map a little bit here. Split push the side lanes, get their farm finished up. Not to fight into this Aegis just right now. Just spam. But Toby, he shows himself. They're trying to get him, trying to pressure him.
I mean, right by underneath the tier 2s. TP's are, of course, going to come in. They'll drop the Poison Nova down onto him. Now the Rupture's down to S4. S4 trying to hold his ground, hiding in the trees. So looking for him. FNG can keep him safe. Jump him from Limp. He's trying to finish off Toby, but Toby's able to step out to the side. He's going to live. Now the Blood Right silencing Limp. They've lost Hansken. Nico Baby's getting hit pretty hard here by the tower. They've got to force him back to safety, keeping him alive with the Urn Charge. So he'll be all right. They'll keep him safe, but Hansken down.
They're reload cutting them off.
Oh, the silence is there, but Shadow, of course, he's got the BKB. He pops it, starts to beat him towards S4. As the bashes are there, False Promise save comes out from FNG. Shad turns over towards FNG, and with the Laguna Blade, FNG goes down. S4 still trying to juke his way out of this. Nico Baby, he's gonna need help. He's trying to turn, can't quite finish off Aramis. Aramis is still alive. Limp goes in with the stun, the Breathe Fire, and the hits onto Toby. Both of them are so low. The Blade Ward's out. Toby, is he going to live here? He is not. They get the kill. Limp's gonna be able to finish off Aramis as well here with a Breathe Fire, claims another. Alliance hitting back hard. And the fight around the Aegis working out perfectly there. Viking, they felt they could commit for the Drow, but Alliance were able to hold strong. Limp and S4 run down the rest of Viking, and now Alliance back in position to push these tier 2s and take back some control of the map themselves.
Limp has I think they can go high ground. There's no Chronosphere. I think you threaten right now. Make Viking completely on the back foot, even though they have the gold lead. Yeah, you threaten. You force a buyback. Very nicely done. And Viking, using that, I mean, Shad had to use the Chrono top to kill the Earthshaker, and then they forced the fight bottom super hard into an Aegis, overcommitting into Alliance for sure there. If they had the Chrono, that would look like a different fight probably, but without it, Alliance is all just set up in the area. Yeah, walking into the Drow and the Veno is very hard for these squishy heroes in the back, as we saw.
Yeah, Alliance closing that lead the Viking have had. It's just a 2k advantage now for Viking, and Nico Baby still holding strong right there behind Shad's Void. Timing for the Manta Star on top of the Hurricane Pike still going to be solid, and between those two, it's going to be slippery. It's going to be down to these Chronos catching him. And I think we're going to get to the point where, you know, Shad, he's really got to think about saving that Chrono for the big targets, for the big team fights.
Yeah, He's got to get on these big heroes, and he has to always has to factor into the heals that are coming in. You know, this Oracle False Promise, but also the Greaves from S4 and this hood that he has. It's making a big difference in the fights. Like this bottom fight, he turned it pretty hard because of that big heal that they don't have on their side. Viking, sure, they have this IO, but he's got the mech, but it's not fully finished just yet. Not like a Greaves, at least.
Alliance. So they're going to be grouping up. They got a smoke here on them. They do. Handscan with the smoke, ready to make moves happen.
Only level 10, so still only level 1 Echo. Still a bit weak, but... Nico Baby, very strong. He's actually looks like he switched the build. Yeah, he was going for the Manta, now he switches to the BKB. Just a little scared, I guess, of the Lina, just popping him still, because he's very squishy on this draw still, only 1600 HP. Yeah, Blood Rage plus that Laguna is definitely something that they do have to watch out for a lot of times in this game, too. I saw him Blood Raging Shad in the fights when he was BKB'd up.
Just a brief pause here. But 7-6, 2K lead still for Viking, but as we saw in that last team fight, Alliance coming in with some excellent strengths. And yeah, especially when they do have the duo BKBs out, and Limp and Nico Baby. It's all going to be down to the chronos. So everything else can be played around pretty solidly.
What is the damage going to be when these BKBs come out, though, on the side of Viking? They are pretty much all magic damage coming in from their lineup. Sure, some slight right clicks coming from the Lina from inside the chrono and the void damage, but, you know, bash, magical, everything else. If they get the BKBs off before the chrono goes off, I don't think they kill heroes like Limp.
No, oh yeah, no.
Maybe not
Limp's
even
DK, I don't think he's dying in a chrono.
Yeah.
As you say, if he pots BKB. Not
Maybe
for quite some time.
Yeah, maybe not even Nico Baby. Like, he's not that squishy either. A lot of stat items built up around him. Oh, he's going to have the Oracle too, so... Yeah, Vikings going to have a little bit more difficulties into those BKBs for targets. Choosing which targets they go for. Very quiet game after we had, you know, OG and Secret and stuff yesterday pulling out like 50 kills in 25 minutes. Like, this is 6-7, Owen. 26 minutes almost.
A nice, relaxing game.
Yeah, just grab your coffee.
To sort of warm you into the day of ESL One Germany. We've got much Dota to be played today. This is one just to ease you in. You know, get yourself relaxed and prepared for the chaos that will ensue later on in the day, I'm sure. Yeah, for the players as well, right? You know, I imagine. I mean, I guess it depends. You know, back when you were playing pro, would there ever sort of be a? Would you ever go all out in the first game of the day if you knew you had to play like a whole series? Like, you're holding some back, right? Or
I guess you don't really think about that when you're just playing.
No,
you just play.
You just play. Okay. Yeah. That's what
I don't even know anymore. It's been so long since I played. I don't even know. It's been like 5 years. So long ago.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't played since I started casting.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. Did I cast an event where you were playing?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, I think no. I never got to see you play. I don't even know that you did play. Maybe it's all a lie.
Yep. I'll give you some good replays where I fed.
6-7 here. 3K lead for Viking GG as both teams keeping it pleasant. A very pleasant game so far.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Viking, I'd be pretty happy with all this downtime, right? You have a void lineup.
I think so too, right? I mean, especially after that bit of a blunder down bottom where Alliance had the Aegis, they were able to win the fight, and then Viking were probably like, oh my goodness, what's Alliance going to be able to do now? They haven't really done anything since. Alliance have also opted to take the farming route, which, yeah, I think Shad's not going to be too upset with.
It's always a concern, though, for me, like when it's these Linas, you know, you're progressing into these late games, but I have seen a couple of these times where these Linas progress into these right-clicking beasts, and I'm looking at Boom, you know, he's prepared. He's gotten both talents, the health talent, the damage talent, Imp Claw, queuing up an AC. He's prepping for the right-click and for the tankiness as well.
There we are, Alliance. Finally decided it's time to end the peace and quiet.
Oh, the smoke broke, though. They're like, wait, what the heck? Why would it break down here? FNG's like,
he's not got a TP.
FNG knows.
Oh, he's in a lot of trouble here.
FNG.
He's in a lot of trouble here. There's no escape for this man. Alliance.
I think I'm more for
We
it.
have to kill him off. Who's going to get the kill here? Nico Baby or Limp? No, FNG. Sure, we let the carry on the mid take the kill. Nah, I'll take this one, says the Oracle. Classic
He's like, wait, I'm really
Dota2.
close to more sentries.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Good old FNG. I mean, you know he was doing that with a smile on his face. Actually, we do have the cams, actually. We could have checked that, maybe.
Dude, the cams were killing me the other day. Soxa,
Oh, yeah,
did you see
some good
Soxa
shots.
with the one hand?
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower
it froze
is
with him
under
touching his chin, so he looked like he was playing one-handed the whole game.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, the truth of the matter is Saxa could probably beat a lot of Dota 2 players playing with one hand.
Yep.
And he's rather good at the old game.
Dire's middle tower
Mid
is
lane.
under attack.
Alliance continuing to siege. The pipe is also now finished too for S4. An item that is very expensive, but definitely has its merits this game versus so much magic damage.
Now, wasn't Sax the player? He's got multiple he got multiple accounts at the top of the leaderboard, right?
Yeah, he had 3. I think he had 2 or 3 in the top 3 at one point.
Yeah, rumor has it was one account per limb. One was his right hand, one was his left, and one was his right foot.
Possible.
Very a man of many talents, Saxa. And the mid tower taken away. No contest here from Viking. They'll just let that happen. I think Viking are still like, I think Viking's sort of approach right now is if we don't make too much noise, they won't notice that we're farming quite peacefully. So they're sort of just avoiding Alliance right now.
It definitely does seem like that. They're just both teams are just waiting for these perfect opportunities to jump each other in the back lines. They're both just afraid of the counter initiate. A nice ward right now from Alliance is spotting the IO as well as that Void up top. And they're just going to actually make their way right into that Roche pit again. Maybe forcing Viking's hands. Viking this time around, giving up an Aegis and a Cheese is a little bit more than just that one Aegis. It's going to make it a lot more difficult to actually take that fight. But I don't feel like they can contest it. Yeah, it's already going to be dead.
Viking's still just on another
farming.
planet right now. They're just, you can have the Roche, we don't care. You can have the tower, we don't care. They're just letting Alliance sort of just walk around the map, do what they want, whilst they avoid it all, and Shad does continue to push himself further and further ahead at the top. He's got the full MKB, going for the Satanic next. It just feels that Vikings' approach is, we get this Void to a point, then we've kind of got the game. And Alliance, we'll see how much they do try and speed it up, but it doesn't seem like Alliance feels they're under too much pressure either. It almost feels like they're also rather happy with the state of the game right now.
That is the way it feels, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
Both
do
teams
think,
are like, we got this.
I feel like Alliance, especially with this Aegis and Cheese, they have to do something with it, though.
Okay.
Like pressure and force something. You can get this gold lead away from Viking with this Aegis and Cheese, just causing all this pressure on the map and just shrinking it.
Wow.
Like if you start hitting this top tower, if you start hitting the racks, you have a catapult wave. You're gonna have to. The Viking's gonna be forced to come back, unless they just decide to hit the tier 3s themselves. Not care. Which, I mean, Shad's just running. He's approaching them right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And yeah,
Wow.
they always can do this with the relocate and stuff too, I guess. So they're
Here
gonna
we go.
counter push themselves. Let's say Alliance.
So there's a bit of action here.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Is under attack.
I mean, Shad's
As,
pushing faster.
Shad is actually pushing faster than the whole of Alliance. So they're going to head back. Alliance with some TPs, who's heading back? Handscan is, Limp is.
Are they gonna chase? Is Viking gonna get a chance to chase out here? Because they have reload, and if they catch 2 heroes, or if they catch one, nah, they're not gonna try to. I thought Aramis
Shad's-
might pop the smoke and try to look for some heroes in his jungle.
Shad's back to farming. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, we stopped we stopped the push. They
There
came
was
back.
It was
We'll
a
go back
DK
to
form
hitting
use
creeps.
too. That's pretty big, so it's gonna be on
Yeah.
cooldown right afterwards. I wanted to see them just run into their jungle somehow with the smoke to try to catch some heroes, but it looks like they're still giving a little bit more respect to Alliance anyway. Even though the Earthshaker and DK had no way of getting up top. It would have taken them an eternity. We've seen those pullback plays a lot from teams, especially lately. You force one TP, immediately make that move. They couldn't, as they don't really have much vision either, actually, on the side of Viking. Very limited.
They're heading down. Alliance, seeing if they can
Okay.
find Shad or Celery.
Oh, Hanskin, he's got vision of him for a second there in the invis. Celery.
Shad. He's got a TP. Oh, his Midas is also
Oh.
available. Oh, Celery.
Oh.
Wait, he didn't see him there?
He saw
he
him.
did. He
Oh,
said
Shad just ditches. He's like, see you later, nerd.
All right, not even offering up a tether target.
Nope. Hey, we saw what happened the other day when, you know, with the whole puppy and the ditching Matu thing, but...
I was going to say, yeah, there's some trust issues here between some of these players. And we're seeing why. We're seeing people getting ditched left, right, and center in these recent games of Dota 2. But finally a kill. A kill has occurred.
8-7.
8-7 at 33 minutes in.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah. The farm game continues.
Yes. Yes, it's
Ooh, but
wonderful.
Limp is on the hunt, though. He has a Shadow Blade. He can find some big things here.
Oh, here we go. Limp's giving us the action. I like Limp. This man, he wants to kill. We see it. He killed Celery. He killed Aramis. You know, he knows what the viewers want.
Ooh,
They want action, and Limp's ready to give it to them.
Shad's trying to find action, too, in the mid lane since the DK did go toward the top, but... Oh, they actually find Hanskin. Pretty big grab. Alliance probably don't want to fight without him. But there's also Rubik down, so let's see if they see Boom 2 out of position. Limp's trying, but ooh, nice use.
Over the Dragon Tail, Boom's away.
Get that ward sentry down. I mean, look at Boom's damage. You know, this isn't. He's starting to hit pretty hard.
That MKB, I mean, the double MKB's right. They both got him out.
Bit fragile on the Lina because of this, but. Let's see. Limp. DK form ends. Still looking to try to pressure the lane here. The jump onto Shad.
That's all it is. All it is. Lotus. Silence is gone. It's fine.
And now Rubik respawns. Alliance backs away. Hanskin's coming to rejoin, but they don't have DK form for a little bit here. 30 seconds, and bounty runes are up. They're going to look to get probably all 4. That might actually close that gold lead finally. Even though it doesn't feel like that gold lead means much of anything throughout this whole game here. It's
It's less than 1K. Yep. 35 minutes in. 9-8. You may think nothing's happened this game, and you're actually correct. It hasn't. We're still waiting for it to happen. Hopefully it will soon. Don't worry. Something always does, but so far, not a lot's happened.
I've got
so if you're just tuning in, don't bother about watching the replay. You didn't miss anything. You've just tuned in for the exciting stuff. It's going to kick off in a few minutes from now. I promise you.
It's about to, actually. The
there
ward
we go.
bottom. It spots Shad walking out. See, Boom. They find Limp.
Oh, Limp! They found
BKB,
it.
though.
He's having a pop it. He's going to use the Dragon Form as well. He's ready to go. And he's in. He's in with the stun onto Aramis. Limp, again, the savior of these peaceful times, coming in with the violence and the aggression that you've all come here to see. Chrono's down, he's able to catch the 2 of them. FNG and Hanskin have been caught by Shad. They take out FNG, Hanskin to go down as well. Double kill for Shad. Over towards Limp they look. Limp trying to hide in the trees, but they're on top of him. He's out with a blink to the south, but the light strike array from Boom will catch him. Shad, Toby and Celery turning over towards Nico Baby. Nico Baby with the BKB in the Hurricane Pike down to the low ground. Limp tries to get back in onto Boom, but the stun's there. Shad's in on top of him. Light strike array again onto the DK, controlling Limp. Limp's going to go down. And Nico Baby, the last one left surviving, has been found in the trees. And Viking, they've just killed off every single member of Alliance. That's a whole team wipe there by Viking GG. They did lose Aramis. He came in with a buyback. But other than the Rubik going down, nobody else losing their life on Viking.
Perfect Chrono. Catches both of the supports, both of the back lines, just kills them instantly. The fight from there is impossible for Alliance to win. They only have their 3 cores up versus a full 5-man squad in that area. They're just panicking. They were trying to do as much damage as they could, but yeah, just too much control, too much kiting. Now Viking, they have a huge window here. Do have to give some respect to the Echo Slam still as it is up, but yeah, just a godly Chrono coming out from Shad.
And it does feel like the window's only going to get bigger. It is one of those games, you know, as you pointed out earlier, Alliance, they're running the Drow DK. Nothing was really done for 35 minutes. They farmed. They did farm, but now they've got to deal with a game that's shifting into the later stages, and a game in which there is a void at the top of the net worth, and with pretty much all the tools he needs at the moment, Shad, and still more to come with the rate that Shad's picking up these items.
And so his build is perfect too, this game it feels. The Halberd versus the double kind of range carries, the DK of course when he turns into Dragon form. And then I have Scotty versus 2 range carries and versus the health regen of the DK. It's ticking all the boxes. And he's playing the farm game like we said. Like, this is why Viking was just sitting back, waiting for Alliance to make anything happen. They know. They know that they can just play this one like this.
They've got to come in with big hits. They've got to come in with big hits here as they're grouping up again mid.
It took them, like, the fact is though that the game has gotten to the point where their respawns are so long, Chrono's back up in 20 seconds. Like, they're level 22, so this Chrono, it's almost up for every single one of the fights if they do win a fight off of the hand of it.
Yeah, just all in all, just a very slow approach to the game here by Alliance. Other than Limp, as I say, Limp, our champion, he's been the one he's trying to fight, bless him. He's hunting, he's looking for kills. But it's just not sort of been there as a unit. As it's looking to be a little risky for Alliance now, playing to this stage. Shad with the Chrono, he's out hunting.
It's always up. It really just does feel like it's always up. And boom, he's hitting so hard now in these fights. He has a leveler now on the Lina too.
Oh, wow. You want some more attack speed with your attack speed on top of the attack speed? Yes.
And a Hyperstone.
Yes, he does.
And he's got the talent.
There you go.
So he's gonna be packing a pretty punch.
What is his attack speed?
Down.
His attack speed right now, 707.
0.24.
0.24 seconds. There's some numbers that you probably won't be able to actually visualize what that actually means, but I'll tell you what it does mean. It means a hell of a lot of attack speed.
4 attacks a second. There you go.
And that's that's with the 3 stacks. And of course,
he can get overcharged. It doesn't go much faster than that though. This is close to max attack speed if I'm not mistaken. 0.24 is very fast.
Yeah, I think you're right. It doesn't get much better than that. I mean, getting into the territory fogs where I think they might have to consider a build that is a sacred build. It is the Bashalina. What do you reckon?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, when we see him pick it up, I'll be the one having the last laugh.
Okay. Chad, he's getting a real good positioning here. Getting onto the high ground. He's going to see everyone. The ward's placed by the Oracle.
Oh, I mean, Shad could get a solid Chrono here.
Hanskin's hiding on the sides there, though. Shadow amuleted. Alliance all at the ready around this Roshan. The 3rd Rosh is up. Aghanim's blessing on it as well. This doesn't look like it's going to be an easy one for Alliance.
I mean, they got away with it last time. We did see Viking let them take it last time round and round the Rosh.
Viking's ready to fight finally, though.
Hanskin's being sneaky, though.
He is.
He's hiding. Hiding in the trees with the Shadow Amulet.
Viking. Boom's going to just start hitting this mid tower, though, to try to force some moves back. Kills it extremely fast, as we see. Taken down in no time. And still positioned around the area, Shad. He has the ninja gear, so he's always popped in a smoke here to get positioning for this Chrono. This is actually really nice for him.
Yeah, it's a brilliant item for the Void. I mean, that 20 Agi. Can't pass that up. Shad's,
if he can get onto that right high ground here, that will just destroy Alliance's fight. As the jump, Limp.
Alright, see them trying. Go for Toby here, but he's got the Essence ring. He's out to the side. Limp's had to put the BKB S4, jumps in with the Poison Nova. Boom turns straight towards him. Look at these hard hits coming out. He's got to run. The safe will be there, but he's been ruptured. S4 has to hold his position. As Viking GG, they'd be relatively happy with this. They've forced Alliance out of the pit. They force out, of course, a BKB usage. Toby does get low, but Seru's able to heal him up.
That's the big thing.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, Limp using the ults as well. Both of the big cooldowns here being dropped by Limp on his DK.
The Poison Nova, too. It's up again in 30 seconds because S4 has an Aghanims, but yeah, Shad.
Oh, they're going to get the jump on him. Can they burst him before he's able to put the BKB in the time walk, though? That's the question. They can't. Shad, not able to get in range for the Chrono as of yet. If they step away, over towards the river they go as they find Hansken, but the save's going to be there. FNG using the false promise to keep Hansken alive. He will live. Limps him with the Dragon Tail stun onto Celery. They take the IO out. Alliance, they get one. They catch anything more here.
Oh, Toby, slow down. The Poison Sting's slow.
Limp and S4 with the wrap round. Toby. And on top of him with the Dragon Tail, there'll be a buyback from Celery. He's relocating in to make sure that he has the backup required.
S4's
Toby
to
remain safe. And see, he's trying to jump in. The instant lift. Can they burst him in time? The light strikes down. They kill him off before he can get the ult. Instant plays there from Aramis. They turn over towards them, jump forward from Shad. He's looking towards Hansken, but he has been disarmed. Shad, no BKB for 20 seconds. Hansken hiding under the Shadow Amulet. It's going to save him. There's no detection down. They don't see the Shaker. Nico Baby trying to find Aramis, but with a force up to the high ground, Aramis is away. Nico Baby, he forced himself in. He wants to try and chase the Rubik, but he got baited. He got baited hard by Aramis, sliding up to the high ground, allowing Boom to kill off Nico Baby. Shad finishes off FNG. There's 4 dead on Alliance. Viking's going to head in the pit, and this Roshan's theirs.
Aramis, Plague Ward, he puts it down, he hits Hansken, cancels his Blink Dagger, Hansken Echo slams the floor. S4's ult had just come up. When he blinked in, it literally had split second just come up. He blinks in, gets instant lifted, and dies.
Aramis.
Aramis just crushed that fight, and then Void is able to set up a perfect chrono because of all of it. Phenomenal. Wow. And now it's a level 24 Void with the Aghanim's Blessing on top of everything.
Oh, he did as well, didn't he? He did. Yeah. He went and got it. He got the axe drop from the Roche. Yeah, it's an 18k lead right now for Viking. And a slow game from Alliance. They... Nice S4. He's in, and he's out. He's dead. No buyback on him.
It's a long poison that takes actually hurt here with the Aghanims a little bit, but yeah, he's dead for a very long time.
I don't think Shad cares, though. This damage ain't doing anything to him. As they're taking the 2 sets of racks.
My god, look at this attack speed.
Well, Shad's in. He's trying to fight them right up into the fountain.
Sure.
There's Viking. Looking for the Megas here. They're going for that 3rd and final set. So, Venom answer for 40 seconds. And Limp tries for the jump in, but Shad, he's instantly in response. The Fisher does put 2 of them out. Boom's getting low, but he's healed up. He's able to put the BKB, the cheese, he's fine. He turns out towards Limp. Limp just getting beaten down through the BKB. There'll be a buyback from the DK. Shad takes some heavy hits from Nico Baby, but not enough. In fact, Shad, he's ready to just jump straight in onto FNG. As FNG is getting brought down low, still able to live. They take the Aegis out of their hands. As Shad, can they do it again? Hansken in with the jump, over to Boom. Echo Slam onto the 2 of them, but Celery is already in with the Taylor, and Boom, he's getting healed up. He's just turning, fighting back. In fact, he's looking for the racks, turns over towards Limp with the stun. Limp yaws up into the air, able to come back down with the Dragon Tail, but still the Sustainer Celery keeping Boom alive. Boom's able to get the Laguna Blade off. They cannot kill the Lina. Hansken dies outside of the base, and Toby, he's just diving in onto the towards the fountain. GG is called. This game comes to an end, 23-11, 45 minutes in. 35k lead. I mean, for as much as the fact that they're